Hello bookworms! Today we're going to be doing another news and stuff video. And before I get started, I just wanted to say that I think I finally have my shelves in order, which is really exciting. I spent a lot of time actually going through and decorating them and unboxing some of the things that I've had packed away since we moved. And I'm really happy with the way that things are looking. I do have a giant pile next to me because the next video I'm filming is a book haul, so I will have to incorporate those, but for now, I do think this is good. I think we're feeling this. So jumping right into things, we're going to start with special editions, and the first thing that I'm so excited to talk about is that A Feast for Crows by George R. R. Martin is getting its 20th anniversary illustrated edition. So I have back here, actually right behind my head, the illustrated editions for the first 3 books in the Game of Thrones series, and I'm really excited that the 4th one got announced. It's obviously been a long time, and since their 20th anniversary editions, you just never know what the publisher is gonna do. They have said that they would continue with these, but again, you just never know. So I'm so glad that we actually are getting the next one. It's going to include a foreword by Joe Abercrombie, and I love the forest green color. I think it's so perfect, and I cannot wait to add this book to my shelf. It also matches my shirt quite perfectly. So yeah, this was best news ever. Next up, the Broken Binding is going to be doing a special edition of The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, which I am not at all surprised about, and this is one that is not going to be included in their subscription, so it's one that you'll be able to get on general sale. They do always hold stock back for general sale, so if you are interested in this one, I would be ready to go the day that it goes live. Their edition is so gorgeous. I absolutely love the cover. They always do an amazing job with their books, and I'm really excited to get this one. Next up, The Wicked King is getting a collector's edition, so this is going to match the Velvet collector's edition of The Cruel Prince, and I'm so excited about this too because I thought for sure that they were just going to only do Cruel Prince and not continue on with the series, but I love that they are going to keep going. This is one of my favorite all-time series, and yeah, this is just so cool. I've never had a Velvet book before, and I just think it is so incredibly gorgeous, so I'm really excited that we are getting the next book. Next up, there is a deluxe limited edition being released of Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This again is so beautiful. I think the artwork on it is very Studio Ghibli-esque. It's just really lovely, really gives that cozy fantasy feel. And if you missed out on the Fairy Loot editions, this is definitely a really good one to get. I think it's just as beautiful. Really love the end papers, everything. It's just so pretty. Then The Broken Binding revealed their editions for the Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini, and these are just awesome. The dragons on them are so cool. The sprayed pages are super awesome. The end papers are amazing. The covers, everything about them, just amazing. These totally blew me away, and wow. Then we don't have any mock-ups yet, but the Bookish Box announced that they're going to be doing the Crimson Moth duology by Kristen Ciccarelli. I'm really interested in seeing these. Yeah, Heartless Hunter, if you're in the US, or Crimson Moth in the UK, was one of my favorite books of last year, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Bookish Box is going to do with these. I think that they could be really gorgeous, and I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on this one, but I do think it'll sell out really quickly. Then Litjoy revealed their special editions of the Poppy War series by R.F. Kuang. These, again, so gorgeous. I really love the artwork on these, and I just can't even imagine how much gold foiling there's gonna be on them once you get them. You can see in the mock-up, but I feel in person they're just gonna be breathtaking. Litjoy always does an amazing job with their special editions, and these are no exception. And speaking of the Poppy War, the second book, The Dragon Republic, is also getting a deluxe limited edition release. The cover and sprayed pages have been revealed for it. They're really pretty. I really like the white with the light blue. I think this is a really good color combination, and this is going to be coming out in June. Then Owl Crate revealed special editions for the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett. Again, these are really lovely. They're a completely different vibe than the Fairy Loot set, but I think that these are just as beautiful. I especially love the sprayed pages on the second book in the series with the mushrooms. So pretty. I really wish that I enjoyed this series more because these are so nice, but it's definitely one that I am going to have to force myself to hold back and skip since I know I didn't love the first book. Then this is kind of part cover reveal, part special edition reveal. Barnes & Noble revealed their exclusive edition of The Court of the Dead by Rick Riordan. This is a new book set in the Percy Jackson verse, and it's following Nico and Hazel. It's a new adventure where they're going to be trying to protect the monsters of the underworld. And then in the same vein, we also got a reveal for the deluxe edition of The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. This is the second Percy Jackson book. There was a Lightning Thief special edition released last year, so again, it's always good when publishers continue the series, though there are certainly a lot of special editions that are coming out lately. It's getting like kind of overwhelming to keep track of. There's also a deluxe limited edition being released for A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, so I thought this was a good one to put here since it stays in that whole like childhood nostalgia category. Then Fairy Loot revealed their mock-ups for the Gods and Monsters series by Amber V. Nicole. These are so gorgeous. The first book is Book of Azrael. It has really good ratings on Goodreads. I haven't read it yet, but I'm so curious about this series and I'm extremely tempted because these editions are just stunning. Next, there is a deluxe limited edition coming for Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. I do think this is really pretty, but the next one I'm going to spotlight, which is the one that I pre-ordered, is the Waterstones special edition. So I like that this one doesn't have like any people on it. I think that it just, I don't know, I just think that it's prettier, but I do think that both editions are really lovely. Next, I have a couple that don't have covers yet, but I have seen listings for them, so I know that they're coming. So the first one being that Waterstones is continuing on with the Dune series. You can currently pre-order Children of Dune, which is the third book in the series. These have been really pretty, so I am excited to see what this is gonna look like. Oh, actually this one does have a cover, but Waterstones is also doing an exclusive edition of Sunrise and the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. The only thing that I think is special about this one is that it has an exclusive like hardcover case, and I do really like the purple and the pink foiling, very, very pretty, but I think I'm just opting for the standard edition at the moment. Then it was revealed that there will be deluxe limited editions of One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. They're going to have completely new covers, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what these are going to look like. This is one of my favorite duologies ever, so there's a good chance that I will end up getting this one, even though I do already have two copies of the series, but it is an all-time favorite. And we are also getting a deluxe limited edition for A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Again, really, really excited to see this one. I have the paperback editions of these. The hardcovers like went out of print really quickly, and I think Illumicrate was the only book box that I know of that did special editions of them, and I didn't get those. I'm really glad that there's going to be another chance to get like a special edition of them because I have heard just such amazing things about them, and being such a huge fan of the Divine Rivals series, I have no doubt that I'm going to end up loving this duology as well. And then it also looks like there are deluxe collector's editions coming for the first three Bridgerton books. They're currently up for pre-order on Barnes & Noble. There are no covers for any of them yet, but it does look like they will all be signed. Then we have the Waterstones special edition of Human Rights by Juno Dawson, which is the final book in the Her Majesty's Royal Coven series. I love the lilac with the blue sprayed pages, like the light blue sky blue. That is such a beautiful color combination, and I'm just like in love with this. I have the Fairy Loot editions for the rest of the series, so I'm going to need to see what they come up with, but I'm like so tempted by this Waterstones one because it is just gorgeous. Dark Horse is also releasing an Avatar: The Last Airbender Omnibus Ultimate Edition boxed set that includes all of the graphic novels, and it's so pretty. There are only 500 of them made, so they're up for pre-order now. I have the hardcover library editions of all the Avatar comics, so I'm kind of like hemming and hawing about if I should upgrade what I currently have. I think I might need to because these are so nice. There's also a deluxe collector's edition of Shift by Hugh Howey, which is coming out. This is the second book in the Silo series. There is currently one of Wool that is available. You can still buy it on the Barnes & Noble website or probably other places too. Kind of basic, just solid sprayed pages. I am excited to read this series. I have the paperbacks right now, so I'm going to check those out first. There's also a 20th anniversary paperback coming for Joe Hill's 20th Century Ghosts. I really like the look of this one. I think it's really cool. I actually never read this. I believe it's a collection of short stories, like horror short stories, and I feel like it could be a good option of something to read around Halloween this year. Then there is a deluxe limited edition coming for The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. I really like the look of this one too. It's super pretty, but I haven't read this one, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pre-order it. Then Lilac Libraries announced that they're going to be doing a special edition set of the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver, which is really exciting. I love Lilac Libraries. I think that they do some of the prettiest special editions of any book box company. Like, they really go ham on the foiling, which is one of my favorite details. So I end up loving their designs, and I'm just really excited to see what they're going to be doing with the series. And they also like kind of teased in Instagram stories that they might be doing Throne of Glass, because somebody asked in a comment like if they could do it, and they posted a picture of the Bloomsbury office in the UK with like that, you know, eye emoji saying that they spent a day there recently. So I feel like that is news that is potentially on the horizon. And they did also spend a day at Hachette, so I think that there's probably something coming from them as well. Then there is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition for The Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. This is the second book after The Blood of Hercules, which has been getting a lot of buzz lately. I feel like I need to read this soon. I love Greek mythology, and I'm hopeful that this could be a new like fun series to get on board with. Then Orbit Books announced their next gold edition, so they are doing one for Kimberly Lemmings, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. This one's coming out on May 6th, and I really love the hot pink cloth bound. These editions are really, really gorgeous in person. I have the Wilderwood duology by Hannah Witten, and it's so pretty, so I'm really excited that they are continuing to put out some more of these. I also pre-ordered the A Dowry in Blood one. Then we got a reveal for the Fairy Loot edition of A Crown So Silver by Lyra Celine. This is the second book after A Crown of Feathers. I haven't read that one. I believe it's like a romantasy fairy book. It sounds good. This second book does look really pretty. Then we got a special edition reveal for both the Broken Binding and Inkstone Books' A Palace Near Wind by Ai Jiang. I hope I'm saying that right. I think both of these are really lovely. I just love like the regular cover. It's so pretty. I think I might like the Inkstone edition more because I like the light blue sprayed pages. I don't really know too much about this one, so I think I'm gonna hold off on ordering a copy. Then Illumicrate revealed their special editions for the Ending Fire trilogy by Sarah El-Arafi. These are really gorgeous. I really like the look of the second one. It looks like it has like mushroom type structures on the cover. There are also going to be special paperback editions of The House in the Cerulean Sea and Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. These have the original covers, but they are coming with sprayed pages. So if you are a paperback reader, now is the time to look out for these. Then we got the Afterlight reveal for Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. They've been doing editions of all of Emily Henry's books so far, so this is the next one. Makes sense that they would be revealing this. And Afterlight is also doing special editions for Rosie Danon books, so for The Roommate and The Intimacy Experiment. I'm not surprised that they're doing these since they did two of Rosie Danon's other books, like her more recent ones. I think Fan Service is the Afterlight book for March, and they also did, oh gosh, what was it called? I read it and I can't remember the title. It was like a Scottish castle. I don't know. It's not coming to me. I didn't love it, if you can't tell. Then there are also deluxe limited editions coming for Laura Thalassa's The Curse That Binds, Bewitched, and Bespelled, and all of these are coming on August 26th. These look really pretty. I'm curious about this series because it looks like a little bit witchy. And then Fairy Loot revealed their special edition of The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. This is a book that they have done in the past, but they're revamping it and they are doing more customizations than they did on this edition in the past. And then speaking of Trisha Levenseller, we also got a cover/deluxe limited edition reveal for What Fury Brings, which is her adult romantasy debut. Okay, moving on to cover reveals. So the first reveal is for Shadows Upon Time by Christopher Rocchio. This is the 7th and seemingly final book in the Sun Eater series. He said that it is coming later in 2025, but the date is to be confirmed. That hasn't been announced just yet. Oh my gosh, I love this next cover. We got the cover for Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. This is like everything that I love in a cover. It really speaks to me on very many levels because it has that like haunted house aspect. It's like spooky, but it's also very girly. Some of the things that were mentioned in the caption, I was just like, I say less, like I'm sold. It says girly demonic, possessed dollhouse, evil Polly Pocket. And in that caption at the very, very end, if you read the whole thing, she also teased that she has another book announcement coming soon too. Then we got the UK cover for Hot Wax by ML Rio, which I personally think is so much better than the US cover. So I'm going to be canceling my US pre-order and I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering the UK edition of this one. Then we got a cover for Joe Hill's next horror book, which is coming out in October. It sounds so good. Really dark, but really good. It's called King Sorrow, and it follows a group of 6 friends who are outsiders, and they intend to perform this like arcane ritual that they found in a book that's bound in human skin. And the intention is to summon the notorious dragon demon who's named King Sorrow so that he can kill their tormentors. Then we got a cover for All That We See or Seem by Ken Liu. We talked about this one in an earlier news video when we announced Ken Liu's upcoming books. This one is like a thriller. It's like a sci-fi thriller. Sounds really good. And this one's coming on October 4th. Then Epic Reads revealed new paperback covers for some of Rebecca Ross's previously published works. I think now that Rebecca has gotten really big with the Letters of Enchantment series, publishers are definitely looking to push her backlist titles as well, which is pretty nice. So we got new covers for Dreams Lie Beneath. I actually pre-ordered this new paperback. I think the cover with the mirror is really pretty. For Queen's Rising, Queen's Resistance, and Sisters of Sword and Song. And then same thing goes for Kristen Ciccarelli. Now that the Crimson Moth duology has gotten really popular, her publisher has decided to do a cover change and a title change for her book Edgewood. It's now going to be called A Dark Forgetting, and I really like this new cover. I think it's really pretty, and I've been wanting to read more by her, so I'm pretty excited to pick this one up. This one's coming October 21st. Then we got a cover for Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which is the companion sequel to Bride. I love the look of this cover. I think this is so pretty and it fits so well in that theme. They actually like kind of give me like Twilight vibes, but obviously they're like a lot more adult than Twilight. This one's coming on October 7th, and then many people have also pointed out that if you look at Ali Hazelwood's Instagram profile, she has 2 hearts for Deep End, and then she has 2 hearts, a pink and a green heart with question marks, and then she has a green and a black heart for Mate. So it's likely that Ali is going to announce another book that's going to be coming out before Mate. If I had to guess, my feeling is that it's probably one of those novellas that would be included in like an Amazon special collection, because it does feel like it would be kind of close to be announcing another full-length novel without having like a title or cover reveal or anything. And those collections usually drop like pretty quickly after they're announced, so that is my best guess. Then we got the UK cover for Written in the Dark by Guy Gabriel Kay. I really like the UK cover specifically because I think the horse on it is really cool. This one's coming out on May 29th. Then we got the cover for Ghost Business by Jen DeLuca. This is the second book in the Boneyard Key series. This one's coming out on September 9th, which is perfect timing because love to read ghost romances around Halloween. Then we got a cover for The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Suri. I love this cover too. I've been loving this female knights trend and I'm really looking forward to picking this one up. This one's coming on October 21st. Then some of Stephen King's books are going to be getting new covers. So we got a reveal for new covers for Misery, Firestarter, and The Dead Zone. These are all coming out on August 26th. Then we got an end paper reveal for Wrath of Dragons by Olivia Rose Darling. I am excited to read this next book. I thought the first one was a lot of fun, and I think that these end papers are so pretty. Then we got a cover reveal for Scarlet Morning by N.D. Stevenson, the author of Nimona, and I'm really excited to read their next book. I have not read a synopsis of it, but just judging by like the artwork on the cover, it's giving me like vampire pirates. This one's coming out September 23rd. Then Jennifer Lynn Barnes announced that her Fixer series is getting new covers and new titles. This is definitely like something new that publishers are doing. They're really trying to push backlist books of authors that have gained popularity in recent years. So now that people love Jennifer Lynn Barnes because of the Inheritance Games series, people have been picking up some of her older books, like her Natural series got new covers and a lot of people were reading those. So the one thing that I will say about the Fixer series is that it's so good. I read it back when it was originally published, really loved it, but there's no third book and there was supposed to be a third book, but because it wasn't selling well, it didn't end up getting one. So I am really hopeful that if more people pick up these two books, there is the potential that a third book could come. I really especially love the cover of the second one. And the new titles are The Ruling Class and Lessons in Power. And these are coming on September 2nd. Then we got a cover reveal for Terror at the Gates by Scarlett Sinclair. This is a feminist Lilith retelling, and it is a slow burn romance, and it's coming on July 8th. Okay, this one looks super cute. We got a cover reveal for Violet Thistleweight is Not a Villain Anymore by Emily Kremfoltz. This is an adult cozy fantasy romance about a plant witch who moves to a small town, and I think that she has like I don't know if it's a hate to love romance with the alchemist next door. This one's coming on November 18th. Then last video I talked about the title reveal for Ava Wilder's next book, but this time around I have a cover to share. So Some Kind of Famous by Ava Wilder. I love the cover. I think this is really, really pretty. This is a celebrity romance, and it's the third and final celebrity romance that she is writing. And this one coming out October 28th. Then we got a cover for While Darkness Gathers by Philip Chase. This one's coming June 21st and fits very well with the rest of the covers in the World of Edan series. Then we got new paperback covers for Karen Marie Moning's Fever series. So the first 3 books in the Fever series, which are Dark Fever, Blood Fever, and Fae Fever. And this is the first time I believe that these are released in traditional paperback. I think that they were originally released in hardcover and then they went straight to mass market paperback, as many urban fantasy series do. But you can actually currently buy all of these. Then we got a cover for Witches of Dubious Origin by Jen McKinley. I love this cover, and this sounds like a really fun, cozy mystery fantasy type book. This one's coming October 28th. We also got a cover for Slow Gods by Claire North. This one's coming in September. We got a cover for People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. I love this cover. It's so autumnal, and I really like the cute little A-frame. This one's coming on September 9th. Another cover I really love is The Secret Market of the Dead by Giovanni DeFeo. This one's coming on July 8th. I think this is Saga Press, and I need to know more about this one. Then we got a cover for The Maiden and Her Monster by Maddie Martinez. This one's coming out on September 9th. Then we got some Christmas cover reveals already. So we got one for Grace and Henry's Holiday Movie Marathon by Matthew Norman. This one's coming October 14th. This cover was just super cute. We got a cover for Hopelessly T-Voted by Audrey Goldberg Ruoff, and this one's coming out in September. Another holiday romance. We got a cover for Yours for the Season by Emily Stone. This one's coming out on October 7th. Then we got a cover for Legionnaire's Guide to Love and Peace by Emily Skrutsky. This one's coming on June 24th. This one sounds really good. We also got a cover for Say It Out Loud by Ashley Schumacher. This one's coming September 23rd. We got an omnibus cover reveal for The Witches of Pleasant Grove by Jennifer Chipman. I've been meaning to read the first book in this series like every Halloween, and I haven't gotten around to it yet, and I really need to do that this year. We also got a cover for Unnatural by Mia Sheridan. This one, again, so autumnal, really love it. This is a romantic suspense that is a companion that like takes place in the same world as her book Unwanted, and this one's coming on August 26th. Then we got a cover for Second Chance Romance by Olivia Dade. This one looks really cute. We also got a cover for It's Different This Time by Joss Richard. This one's coming October 14th, and again, really, really beautiful autumnal cover. And then finally, we got a cover for The Blue Book by Ellen Hildebrand. This is Ellen's ultimate Nantucket travel guide, so it's not a fiction book, but I'm really excited about this one. She has written so many books set on Nantucket, and I've always wanted to go there, so I'm really looking forward to reading her guide. This one's coming on May 6th. Now moving on to book news. So first of all, really excited that Michael J. Sullivan announced a new series set in his world of Elan. I just read Theft of Swords last month in January, so I guess actually now it's March, so 2 months ago in January, and I'm really looking forward to continuing on because I had so much fun. So I feel like I picked this up at the right time. The new series is slated to be 3 books, and it's called After the Fall. It's going to take place after the Rise and Fall trilogy and before the Rharia Chronicles series. He said that the first book will possibly be released in 2025, but more likely released in 2026. Then we got a title reveal for Jay Kristoff's final book in the Empire of the Vampire series. The book is going to be called Empire of the Dawn. This one's coming November 2025, and I'm so excited to see the cover once it's fully revealed. Then Then Andrzej Sapkowski announced a new book in the Witcher series. It's called Crossroads at Raven, and it follows an 18-year-old Geralt, and it is about his first mission as a Witcher setting out from Kaer Morhen. This one's coming in September of 2025. Then we got a title reveal for Steel Gods by Richard Swan. This is book 2 of the Great Silence trilogy, so this is the second book after Grave Empire. Then it was announced that Del Rey has picked up Elise Kova's Married to Magic series, and it will be traditionally published. They are going to be getting brand new covers, and she did say that she's going to go back and edit the first 2 books, I think, because she wants these spice levels to be consistent across all 4 books, and she does feel like, or 5 books, and she feels like it kind of got increasingly. So she said minor tweaks, not too many tweaks, but that there will be very small changes. Then we got a title for The Swan's Daughter by Roshani Chokshi. She announced that she's going to be coming out with a young adult fantasy book, which is something that she hasn't written in a while. She's been kind of focusing on adult books, but this is going to be coming in winter of 2026, and the announcement was so cute. Then Kodansha announced that they're going to be coming out with a new box set of Sailor Moon. There's no cover yet or listing of exactly what the exclusive content is, but I'm curious to see what they're going to do with these because I feel like they didn't come out with the Eternal editions too long ago. We'll see how this shapes up. Then it was announced that Hannah Bonham Young is going to be publishing People Pleasing, which is a standalone follow-up to People Watching, which is a book that we just shared the cover reveal for in the last section of this video. And lastly, for book news, Chuck Wendig has announced a new horror fantasy duology that is pitched as Leigh Bardugo meets Clive Barker, and the 2 books are called The Calamities and Chaos Reigns. Then moving on to adaptations, so it was announced that the 2nd season of The Last of Us is going to be returning on HBO Max on April 13th, and I am counting down the days because the 1st season was so good, and I need more of it. We also got our first look at Murderbot, which is going to be premiering on Apple TV on May 16th. I'm so excited for this one as well. I wasn't really into the first Murderbot book when I read it. I listened to the audiobook, but I am curious about potentially giving it a second chance. And either way, I do think that I will enjoy the adaptation because I love sci-fi shows. Then we are getting a new Avatar: The Last Airbender animated series, so it's called Avatar: The Last Airbender 7 Havens. It takes place after The Legend of Korra, and we are following an earthbender who is the new Avatar, but at this point in the timeline, the Avatar is actually seen as the destroyer instead of the savior of the world, so that should be a pretty interesting dynamic. Then in Cassandra Clare's recent newsletter, she announced that Swordcatcher, or the Chronicles of Castellane series, has been optioned for TV by a major studio, but she couldn't give any more information than that. But she did make it sound like she will be talking about it more at an upcoming comic convention. Then it was announced that PC Cast and Kristen Cast's House of Night series is getting a film adaptation. They are currently in the casting stages. We also got a movie poster reveal for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which is going to be coming on July 17th. I'm really excited to see this. I think it's going to be so beautiful, and again, love Greek mythology, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. Then we got a poster for Fear Street Prom Queen, which is the next Fear Street movie coming to Netflix, and we also got a release date, which is going to be May 23rd. It was also announced that Wheel of Time Season 3 is going to be coming to Amazon Prime on March 13th, so very, very soon. I actually never finished the 2nd season, so I wonder if I should do that. I think I only had 2 episodes left. I have not loved the Wheel of Time show, which is why I didn't finish it, obviously, but I am curious, so I feel like I should just stick with it, even though it's not my favorite. Then it was announced that Nobody Wants This Season 2 has cast Leighton Meester and Miles Fowler. I love that Leighton Meester and Adam Brody will be working together. I think that's going to be so much fun, and from what I understand, Leighton Meester's character is going to be a middle school nemesis of Kristen Bell's, so that should be an interesting dynamic. And then lastly, I don't love this news, but Monarch Media is working on a reboot of A Walk to Remember, which was the film starring Mandy Moore and Shane West, and I feel like that film was perfect, so why reboot this? I just don't think it's necessary, but it's happening, so just letting you know. So that is all the news that I have to share for today. Again, hasn't been that long, but definitely a lot of things have been popping up, so let me know what you are most excited for. But that's all that I have for this video, so I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye!